Hello guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of the Medallion quest. Um, as I was filming the first video last week, my battery actually died on my phone about 3 hours in. Where I have my filming set up is not somewhere where I can also charge my phone at the same time. Cord would be in my way anyway. But that happened on Sunday night, so I have not yet. I didn't have time. So basically, when that happened, when the phone died, I had to put everything away and I had to charge my phone for a couple hours. And by the time my phone was charged, it was after dinner time Sunday night, and I had to get ready for my work week. So it's now 4 or 5 days later, and I'm coming back to that. So I'm going to be a little rusty if I get a couple things wrong from the end of the last video. Forgive me. I also came down with head cold / flu, had a fever and all that, so my voice is probably a little different, and I may get hoarse or cough a lot during this. So bear with me. So I believe where we are, I'm fighting to keep Kite alive right now. My rogue right here, he's got, according to my notes, he's got 1 hit point right now, and he still has 4 turns remaining on his poison counter. So I've been trying to heal him up with bandages. He had switched to a fresh bandage, it looks like. Oh no, that's Alsace. Well, they both show fresh bandages. So I don't remember. I gotta go with what is written down. So I've been attempting to heal him with Alsace and by himself. But a wandering monster just spawned over here. It's going to be a Ratkin Elite. Pretty nasty dude with a halberd, a shield, and 2 armor. So he has 60 combat skill, 50 range, 45 resolve, -10 to hit, 1 natural armor with 6 movement with safety numbers. So he's a pretty nasty dude. I mean, that's a 3 natural armor, -15 to hit, and he does a 1d12 with a range attack with the armor piercing. So halberd's super good weapon. That's actually what I plan on switching Kite to if I ever get his strength up that high as my frontline fighter. And then 4 Ratkin, so very powerful melee character. And then 4 Ratkin skirmishers, sorry, which have 40 combat skill, and he has 16 hit points. And then these guys have 40 combat skill, 60 range skill, 30 resolve, so they're quite low. -5 to hit, 1 natural armor, and 7 movement. Safety numbers. So these guys are ranged attackers with short bows and shields. And I have 4 of those. So I'm going to attempt to hold them off with Rothgar and Nebat while I can hopefully heal up Kite in the back. So I'm going to roll them in this starting position. So a 4 and a 2. So I can just do it that way. So that'll be a 2 and 1. So 1, 2 will be right here for the elite. And then we'll go with the skirmishers. So 1, 1. 2, 1. 2, 1 again. 4, 1. And 4, 2. Now they can't move through each other. So I think I can, these quarters are tight enough that I can probably hold them off for a little while. All right, and there are 5 of them. So let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 5 tokens to my 4. Perfect hearing doesn't apply. Oh, let's roll a threat die. We got an 8. And our threat is currently at 6, so that's going to bump us up to 7. All right, enemy. So there are 5, so we'll roll a 6. Re-rolling on the 6, so 4 is going to be the pack leader, or Raccoon Elite, sorry. And he is a humanoid with a close combat weapon. All he can do is move forward 2 spaces and go into parry stance, since they cannot move through each other. And there's no diagonal space. I believe that's correct. Yeah. Okay, hero. I'm going to go with Rothgar. I want to move him up a little bit. 4. Okay, so Rothgar's going to 1, 2. That's probably good enough. And then he's going to go into a parry stance. Do I have a token for that? Could have sworn I had parry tokens. Yeah, it's on the back of the power tech, that's where. Okay. So I got a little tip from a viewer letting me know to use the initiative tokens under the character that just went. And it makes it a lot easier to keep track. Save my brain power for other things. All right. Another white token. We're gonna go with knee butt. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's gonna move up. No, he's gonna stay there. 4, and then he will also take a parry stance. So they're both in parry stance. Excuse me. Okay. Another white token. So we will start with Alsace in this example. Okay, I'm gonna move. Oh no, wait. Yeah, that's fine. So he's gonna move 2 to this position, and then he's gonna aim. So I can't have them both heal at once. Is the problem, actually. So I take that back. We're gonna have Kite go first in case he dies or gets knocked out. So Kite's gonna go first, and he's gonna use both action points to attempt to heal himself with a bandage. So Kite's heal skill is a 54. He has no energy and no luck. So I need under a 54. 22. That's a success. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And he heals 1d4. 4. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That is so lucky. Kite heals back up to 5 health using a bandage. Obviously, I should put a wounded mark. Oh, damn. So I'm not taking that back. But technically that's wrong because it takes 2. Man, this game's brutal. So it takes 2 action points to bandage yourself in or out of combat. But if you're below half health, you're wounded, and you can't bandage yourself if you're injured. If you have half your life or below, you're not allowed to bandage yourself. That's wild. And if somebody else bandages you, it still costs you an action point. So that's crazy. So what I'll do is I'll say that was Alsace's turn. That was still a good roll for Alsace. His heal skill is a 30. So I'll say he moved 2 points up here, used his bandage to heal Alsace. He healed him 4. So we'll swap the durability there. So to keep it legal. And that does use up Kite's turn as well. But yeah, you need healing potions, guys. Or a priest. Like, you really need a priest. Yeah. Trying to go without one was kind of silly. I mean, but my priest died. I didn't want to roll another priest again. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so it doesn't matter because all my players are done. So now it's the 4 skirmishers. So we'll go with a D4. Yep. 3. So this guy is a range character. And he's within 10. So technically, I think, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to... So he's in range to attack Rothgar. It's unclear what I'm actually supposed to do. You're supposed to keep your distance and shoot. And you're supposed to move to positions that give you better odds to shoot. But he should be moving out of the way so that the other rats can like move forward. Ratkin. So that they can shoot too, if that makes sense. Kind of like how monsters shove to give more monsters the ability to get into melee. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I got to pretend that they're smart. So he's going to move 1, 2. And then he's going to randomize between these 2 heroes. So Rothgar, he's going to shoot, and he hits on a 60. 26, that's a hit. Rothgar gets a dodge. 24, that's a successful dodge. So where are my dodge tokens? Sorry, it's been, like I said, it's been a couple days. It's going to take me a little while to get full speed again. Oh, there. So Rothgar has successfully dodged that attack. Alright. We'll randomize between the last 3. So that's going to be the middle one. He's going to 1, 2, 3. And he's going to shoot at Rothgar. No, I guess he randomizes too. He's going to shoot at Kneebutt. 56 is a hit. And Kneebutt gets to dodge as well. 67. So he successfully dodges. I just have them. Where'd they go? Oh, I moved them there. That's fine. So Kneebutt successfully dodges that Ratkin's attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to shoot Kneebutt. Ooh, 008. So that's obviously a hit. Kneebutt does not have a parry. Does he have any energy? No, he's out of energy and he's out of luck. So he gets hit. 1d8. 7. Ooh. To the chest. Which absorbs 3. So he takes 4 damage. And Kneebutt drops from 9 life to 5 and becomes wounded. Speaking of, she's wounded as well. Alright, and then lastly, this guy is going to just, he's not going to move because it would block the other ratkin. So I got to roll to see his action, D10. 9 is special skill or attack. So he just attacks. 36, that's a hit on Rothgar. Rothgar's going to attempt to parry with his shield. So Rothgar's parry, it's a 63 minus 20, so 43. So he fails to parry, and he takes 4 damage, which I believe he just negates anywhere, to the chest. And yeah, so he's fine. Now, all of these rats are now unloaded. I'm not going to put 4 tokens out there, but they are all unloaded. So that was kind of brutal. Oh, I forgot about the parry stance. He already used it. So that actually would have given me bonus plus 15 to both their dodges, but they both succeeded anyway. So it's not a big deal. But I actually was supposed to roll plus 15 to both those parries and that. Both to the dodges and his parry. Grab these tokens. Okay. That's the end of that turn. Rolling the threat die 20. Okay, a natural 20 lowers the threat by 5, which is actually kind of interesting because that brings us from 7 to 2, which gives us a roll on the Pleased Lady of the Mine chart. So anytime in a mine you lower the threat level to the minimum, which in this case is 2, you get to roll a d8. That's a 6. The lady can be seen deeper into the room, waving the party on, raise party morale by +1. So that's what I got last time. It's the worst effect, basically. I don't believe my morale has taken any real hits. I haven't been tracking it. Nobody's nobody died. Nobody's hit 0 wounds, no demons, no terror, no fear, no hunger. Poison disease, that's a -1. Okay, so we got a -1 from the poison, and then a +1 from the Lady of the Mine. So we are still at a 15 out of 16. There. But brings our threat level back to 2. And then, let's see, Rothgar is not wounded. Neba is. Alsace is at full life. Kite is wounded. All right, player token. I'm going to start with Alsace, and he's going to attempt another healing roll. No energy, no luck. So he heals on a 30. 007. Awesome. So he heals 1d4. 4. Oh, that heals Kite up to 9 hit points. And he is no longer wounded. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I forgot to roll because I just skipped Kite's turn. So I forgot to roll his Constitution check for his poison. So I'm going to roll for last turn now. So he's supposed to roll a Constitution check, and his Constitution is 28. 91, so that's a fail. So he took 1 more point of damage, so he's down to 8. And his poison has 3 turns. But he now has 1 action point because of the heal. Could be since he's no longer wounded, so I'll roll the second one when I activate him. Okay. I will activate Kite because Kneebutt just took a shellacking, and I don't really want him on that front line with 5 life. So I will move Kite. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at least got a shield. Yeah. And I will now roll on his Constitution check again. 74, that's another fail. So he's down to 7 life. 2 turns of poison left. But still, it's huge. All I have to do now is survive this combat. And then I'm in good shape and I can take a rest. Before, it was looking like I was going to have to die, basically. All right. I'm going to go with Kneebutt, and I will have him switch weapons to a sling. And it's his turn. All right. 3, 1, 2, 3. So that would be this guy. He will reload his weapon and then shoot at either Rothgar or Kite. He's going to shoot it. No, he can't shoot at Kite. He has to shoot at Rothgar. Because he can't shoot in a straight line through his own people. So, that center line, 1, it's borderline whether it goes into that zone or not from there. It definitely goes through this one. Let's get a pencil. Because it's the center to the center. Let's see. Yeah, it does. It does. So that's going to be a minus 20 to hit on the Ratkin skirmisher. So he needs to roll a 40 to hit Rothgar. Drop my dice under the desk. Okay, 71, that's a miss. So his turn is over. And he will need to reload on his next turn as well. Okay. Alright, so we get Rothgar. Rothgar's turn is over. He's stupid. He stupidly stands there. I wasn't really going to do anything except maybe have him parry. Okay, these are going to be black. So 1 through 4. 3. 1, 2, 3. He will reload and then likewise shoot at Rothgar. He gets a minus 10 penalty. Oh, I guess I have to roll to see if he even shoots. So he rolls a 1, so he actually reloads and then aims. And that ends his turn. I need an aim token. so he aims. And then 1, 2, 3. So that's the top guy. So same thing, he can shoot either. He can shoot either Rothgar. Oh, but let's roll and see what he does first. First he reloads, then he shoots. Then he can choose Rothgar or he chooses Rothgar. 18, that's going to be a hit. And he rolls 8 damage. Wow. So Rothgar gets to parry with his shield, even though he didn't act. 43. 34. So he does successfully parry, which draws 4 damage to the shield. So the shield takes 1 damage. And then moves to his leather bracers, which block 3, so that blocks 7, and then his natural armor blocks an additional 1. So only the shield takes 1 point of durability. Rothgar is an absolute beast. All right, so that leaves... I forget now. This is why you put the tokens under, because I'm sick, and I can't remember what I'm doing. So he went. So there's these 2 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this last guy, he is going to reload and then shoot. And he's going to shoot at Rothgar with an 87, which is a miss. So he is also unloaded. And where's the other unloaded? I need a third unloaded. And now we get this guy, the Ratkin Elite. He has a movement of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he can then do a melee attack. So not enough for, he can't charge or anything. So he will do a melee attack on Rothgar. 71, I believe, is a miss. Oh yeah, that's a miss. And yeah, so that's that turn. Okay. At least the stage is kind of set now. So Rakin kind of seem overwhelming. They're kind of powerful with their attacks, at least. You just have to kill some of them. So I don't even have to kill this elite guy. I could just kill 3 of the skirmishers, and then odds are they would flee. But yeah, let's see how this plays out. Oh, yep, he's still wounded. All right, 4. Wow. Well, I am under 4. I had a 2, so threat level goes up to 3. All right, we're going to start with Rothgar. He is not stupid. Does he have any energy? He does. That's interesting. How much health does he have? 16. Yeah, I'm going to go Frenzy. I'm going to use his energy point and go Frenzy. Why wouldn't I? So he gains 2. If he hits, he gets a free attack, and he gains 1 armor piercing. He will attack. He hits on a 63, minus 15, right? So minus 10 from there, minus 15 from the shield. I'm going to use a halberd and a shield at the same time. That's not fair. Yeah. So that's minus 15. So that's 58, 48. 35. That's a hit. So he is going to do D10. He does 1. Ooh, terrible. 1 D10 plus 2. Yep, so 3 damage with 2 points of armor piercing. So that is 2 damage. Right? Yep, 2 damage to the Raccoon Elite. That's his first attack. Second attack. He gets to roll, see if that hits. Ooh, yeah. 002. Has he already gone to combat? He has. Okay, so that gives him another point of energy for the critical. It also allows him to roll the d10 twice for damage. Take the higher roll. So 4 and a 6. So he's going to do 6 plus 2. So 8 damage with 2 armor piercing. So that's 5. For a total of 7 damage, bringing him from 16 to 9. Now, that's only Hrothgar's first action point, believe it or not. So he still gets to attack again. And if he hits, it's a double attack as well. Oh my god. A 001. Wow. Wow. So another point of energy. So he has 2 energy now. And he gets to reroll the Bloodlust die. 7 and a 4. So 7, 9, minus 1 is 8 damage. 7, 8. So that is 15. He's done 15 damage to the Raccoon Elite. The Raccoon Elite has 1 hit point remaining right now. And is clearly wounded. Just messing him up. And he gets another attack due to frenzy. 27, that's another hit. Wow, so that's a kill. I don't even have to roll. Well, yes, no, I guess I do. Because if I rolled a 1, oh, I guess a 1 would still do 1 damage. But it's an 8. That would have been 10, 9 damage. So Raccoon Elite is defeated. Awesome. Super great job, Hrothgar. He is... So, I will say, Forgotten Prophet is probably worth it for nothing else than half-ogre barbarians. They are so badass. He's kind of like my superhero. I'd be in a lot of trouble without him. Plus, he has great gear. Don't get me wrong. He has awesome armor. So, I got very, very lucky with him. Hell yeah. And he still has Frenzy for his next turn. All right. So we have enemy token 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. This guy. He is aiming. So I guess he's going to attack. And he has to attack Hrothgar because of the angle. So he hits on a, let's see, 60 plus 10 minus 10. So he hits on a 60. 35, that's a hit. Hrothgar gets to parry. Well, I guess I gotta roll the damage first, right? 3 to the chest. Well, and then I can roll the parry, which would be 63 minus 20, so 43. I do not. So there's 3 to the chest, which does nothing. All right, and that's his turn. Take that. Oh, that was his first action, and then he reloads. Okay. What do I want to do here? I guess I have to move them up. So I will take Kite, and he will charge. He will charge this guy. So that is a plus 20. So he'll hit on a 57. 39, so that's a hit. And he does 1d6 plus 1. So 5 damage. Minus 1, so 4 damage to the Ratkin Skirmisher. Which leaves him with 5 hit points. I don't know how that works, so they don't... they're not equipped with close combat weapons. Oh, okay. They're unable... I guess they get daggers if they're unable to move. They're supposed to just move away. They're not supposed to engage in melee unless you trap them. And that would be it for his turn because it was a move and attack. All right. So then 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be this guy. And he reloads. And then he's going to either aim or shoot. Let's shoot. So he's going to shoot at Rothgar with a minus 20. So he needs a 40 to hit. He does not. He becomes unloaded. That ends his turn. Okay. We are going to try knee butt, I guess. And he is going to shoot with his sling. There. It's going to be a minus 10 for shooting over Kite's shoulder. Knee butt hits on a 62, so minus 10, 52, minus another 10, 42. 20. Okay, so that's a hit. And slings do 1d6 damage. Yep. 4 damage. So 3. This is the natural armor. 1, 2, 3. Dealt to the rat in the first position. And we do get Alsace. So Alsace is going to move up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to do the same thing. He's going to shoot at... I need more unloaded tokens. So he's going to move up and shoot at... Same rat Kneebutt just shot at. So he gets a minus 10 for the shooting over Kite's shoulder and minus 10 from the rat's equipment. And he hits on a 70, so he'll hit on a 50. 21, that's a hit. And that would be a D10 with armor piercing. So 1. He does have 1 point of armor piercing, though. So 1 extra damage does go through. I'm missing a whole part. So that one is not missing 4. And he is also unloaded. And so then it's just going to be, I got to take some of these out because the elite was killed. Take one of those out. It's between these last 2 skirmishers. It's going to be the top one. He's going to reload his weapon. And then he's going to aim. Now let's go on to the last guy. He is going to move away. So 2, 3, I guess. And that reloads his weapon. And then he's going to attempt... I guess he'll just move there. And he'll attempt to shoot at Kite. At the closest hero. You can also shoot at like a mage or something like that. Well, I guess he'll pick between priority 2 says you roll. It's okay, so he rolled a 7. Hero with ranged weapon, so he'll shoot at Alsace, I guess. Now he's got to shoot through kite, so that's a -10. And he hits, so he'll hit on a 50. He misses. And do I have a... Yeah. And he becomes unloaded. And that's it. I feel like I got this pretty well in hand. Those skirmishers aren't so tough. All right, sweet. Oh, I got to roll threat die first. 18. That's well above 3. Threat jumps up to a 4. Okay, so first I'm going to start with Rothgar. Yeah, so he's in frenzy. So he can only move and attack is all he can do. So he's going to basically charge this guy right in front of him. So he gets plus 20 to his attack roll. So his attack is 63, -10 for the skirmisher, plus 20. So he's going to hit on a 73. 24 easily hits. And he hits for 3 with 2 points of armor piercing. So that all goes through. So that does 7 damage. I'm sorry, it does 3 damage, bringing him to 7 total. So that wounds this first rat up here. And he gets another attack. He's going to swing at the same dude. Try to finish him off. 007. So that's definitely a hit. It's not a critical, though. And that's 6 damage. So, yeah, and he only had 2 life. So that's a kill. Good job, Rothgar. He's gotten both kills in this fight. Just such a beast. All right, so they have 3 characters remaining. It's going to be the one closest to Rothgar. He is... I don't know. I guess he got his weapon loaded? I can't imagine why he would. Doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, because he aimed, shot, and then... Yeah, so he is going to shoot. He can choose between Rothgar and Kite, I guess. So he's going to shoot at Kite. And he has a 60... There's no modifiers. 0. That's not a D10. But it's still a hit. 7. So Kite is going to attempt to dodge. Kite's dodge is a 55. He fails the dodge. And so he will attempt to parry, which he will do on a 42. 36, so he does successfully parry. So the short bow was going to do 1 damage, so the shield easily blocks the Ratkin skirmisher's shot attack. After that shot attack, all he can do is reload. So he backs up 1 space and reloads. Because he's supposed to move outside of 2 squares. He's supposed to move as far away as he can without losing line of sight, effectively, which is what he just did. All right. We're going to take Kite, and he will do the same as before, and he will charge directly ahead and attempt to skewer that little rat dude with his rapier. He gets a -10 to hit and a +20 from the charge, so he's going to hit on a 67. He misses, and that's that. Okay, so it's going to be this bottom one. He's going to reload, and then he's going to shoot at Rothgar. He can't shoot directly through his own guy, only diagonally. And I'm just going to call, is that 1 or, I'm just going to call that 1. Yeah, I'll just call that 1. So he gets a -10, so he's going to hit on a 50. 2, that's definitely a hit. Rothgar gets to parry. I think. Did he already parry this time? No, that's Kite. Kite parry. 48. So he parries on a 43. So he takes 5 damage to the leg. So he takes 1 damage. Actually injures him. Dropping from 15 to 14. And his leggings take a point of durability. They now have 4 points of damage on his leggings. Alright. And then he reloads. Last guy's gonna go. He's already aiming, so he's gonna shoot. Although he's in melee range of Kite, so I think he has to move out first. So he's going to he's I don't know how that works. If you're in aim, that's a good question. If you're in aim and you move, do you keep your aim, or do you have to stay stationary? Because technically he's not allowed to stay stationary because he's already in melee range. You can't shoot in melee range, I don't think. If the projectile is not fired in the next action, that bonus is lost. You have to call a target too. I didn't realize that. Oh, if the aiming target loses HP for any reason, the bonus is lost. Aiming model cannot dodge. It becomes easier to hit. Oh, it's like power attack. Okay. If within 2 squares of a hero and equipped with a ranged weapon, move up to M squares away but remain in line of sight, reload at the same time. If unable to move away, switch to close combat weapon. That's the order. Yeah, so he has to move. So he's going to move back, and then he loses his aim. And then he's going to shoot at Rothgar, I would assume. Oh, I guess I can still randomize it. Or, actually, he aims again. He moves back and aims. Alright. Pretty simple. Oh man, I hope this tea helps. My throat is, I don't know, not great. I forgot to mark down Lost Arrow for Alsace too, previously. Alright, so Alsace is going to reload while moving. 1, 2. And then he's going to attempt to shoot this rat all the way up here. So you get to -10 because of kite. And because he's aiming, it negates his shield and to hit. So it's just a -10, not a -20. So he actually hits on a 60. 31, that's a hit. 10 damage, that's a kill. That's an instant kill. So Alsace moves up, pulls back his bow, and just right between the eyes, takes him out. Easy peasy. Like it was nothing. Starting to show up for me, Alsace. That's great. All right, so that means 3 of the Ratkin have been defeated. That is the majority of their number. So their special ability activates if more than half of all Ratkin on the table are killed. They have to take a resolve test. And if they fail the resolve test, they flee the table. Their resolve is only a 30 on the skirmishers. So the first one, 27, passes. Second one, critical 0. All right. They both pass their resolve check. So they don't flee. That works better for me. I'll take the experience. I'll take the money. Especially for these guys. Are not a particularly serious threat. All right. So that just leaves Nebutt, who is simply going to move for 1, 2, 3. He'll get back up there. And that will reload his weapon as well. And Alsace is currently unloaded. My hands are like kind of shaky. My coordination's not great. I had a pretty bad fever with my sickness. That only lasted about 24 hours, so I thought I was getting better. And then I slept about 12 hours last night, but I'm still struggling a bit. And my buddy at work that I think I got it from, he said he's had his for 10 days. It's just been lingering on. So 5, that might be... Nope, I'm at a 4. So that raises the threat level to 5. I was hoping I'd be okay by today, but still feeling a little off. All right, we're going to start with... We're going to go with Rothgar, because why not? He's basically my champ. All right, Rothgar gets to act. So he is going to... that is 2 points. That's another 2 points for his movement. And then he's going to attack the one in back. And he hits on a 63, so a 53 will hit. 29, that's a hit. D10 plus 2, 9 plus 2, so that's 11 damage. -1 for the natural armor. That's a kill. He just won. So he just strodes back there, takes his axe, and just chops that guy right in two. Like it was nothing, you know. As expected of Rothgar. He gets a turn, somebody dies. That's just his thing. That's just what he does. Total badass. All right. We're going to go with Kite, since Kite's already in melee range. And I can actually attack twice this round for him. So he hits on a 57, so that's going to be a 47. 85, that's a clear miss. Strike again. 23, that's a hit. 1d6 plus 1. 4. So that's 5. The skirmisher does have 1 point natural armor, so 4 damage. Just 1 point shy of wounding him for the third time this combat. And that ends his turn. Okay, we do get that rat's turn. Since he is in that range, he is going to back up for 2 points, and then back up for another 2 points, and then 5, 6, because he actually has 7 movement. Wow. Yeah, 6 is fine. That reloads his weapon, and then he can choose to shoot, and he will shoot at Rothgar. 52 is, I believe, a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. D8, 8 damage to the head. Ooh. Rothgar's going to attempt to parry that with a crit parry. Awesome. So, interesting. I got to look that up. He has full energy, and it's a combat skill roll, so I can't give him any more bonuses to his combat skill, even though it's a parry. A crit parry. There should be... So a lot of things have, like, for example, if you... Oh, I forgot to do his poison checks. I'll do them after the battle. If you get a crit on your poison check, for example, it cures you of the poison. So you don't have to do any of the other turns. When I rolled him, he had 9 turns of poison, which is horrible. Just trying to see if there's anything. So I feel like if you crit on a parry, because it's 8 damage, right? So what that means is he's going to take 1 point of damage on his shield and 1 point of damage on his armor. But it's a crit. Why would he take durability damage on a critical parry? I don't think he should have to. Why am I not finding parry? What is this? 07, 9. Okay. When dodging or avoiding contact, with parrying or deflecting. They can be done against arrows or strikes. Once a battle. Okay, dodge, yep. Oh, okay. So I can't dodge and parry at the same attack unless I'm in parry stance. I didn't realize that. So if you're in parry stance, you can attempt to dodge and parry if the dodge fails. But if I attack twice, like I have been, and I'm trying to parry with a shield, if I attempt to dodge and it fails, I just have to take it. No, it doesn't say anything for it. I think that's silly. I think that's absolutely silly. So, I'm not gonna take the durability points for those because that's just silly. It's a critical. So the rat scurries away towards the entrance of the mine, pulls back his bow, fires one. He's right about to hit Rothgar right between the eyes. Full 8 damage right to the head. Basically a critical hit. And at the last possible second, Rothgar gets his shield up, knocks it out of the way. Just epic. Absolutely epic. Yeah. That's how I'm leaving that. All right. I get 2 more actions. We're going to have Alsace. He was unloaded. He's going to move up. 1, 2, 3. He is now, and he's going to shoot. There's nothing in the way. He gets -10 from the skirmisher shield, and he hits on a 60. 009. So that is clearly a hit. And I think actually for him, he gets bloodlust on 1 through 10. Yeah, he is the marksman ability. So whenever he rolls below a 10, he can actually roll the damage die twice and pick the higher number. So 4 and a 7. So he hits for 7 damage, which is, and he has armor piercing 1. There's already 4 damage done. That's a kill. And he drops him. Yay! My team actually is kicking butt right now. So happy. All right, battle's over. I really hope I don't roll another wandering monster right away. Let's see what we get. So Ratkin Elite is 120 XP. There's 70 for the skirmishers, so that's 280 plus 120. So that is 400 experience. And I get a roll on the tier 3 treasure table and 4 rolls on the tier 2. Not bad. All right, let's see the treasure tables. It's a D10, so we're going to do the tier 3 first. And a 0. Nothing. Lower is always... Oh, sorry, I knocked the camera. Lower is always better, guys. So 10 is a nothing. 1, 7. That is nothing. 5 is 20 coins. 1, a fine treasure. So let me put the 20 coins. So fine treasure, that's the mid-grade treasure. Let's see what we got. Silver bolts with silver bolts with solid silver tips. These bolts are the bane of the undead. These bolts can hurt ethereal creatures. Furthermore, they do an additional 1 damage to all undead creatures. These are for crossbows. Okay. Or exquisite ingredient. A small case containing dried stalk of a flower, perfectly preserved. This will be great for any potion. Neither of these are particularly good. I guess I'll take the bolts. The crossbow might be useful for kite or something like that later on. 4. So I got 4 silver bolts. They don't have any weight. Kite is going to grab those. So I do think, hold on one second, let me grab it. So I do think in this game that you have characters that are ranged and characters that are melee, but you should always, every character should be able to do both, right? So like Rothgar is my most melee focused and Alsace is my most ranged focus, right? But Alsace still has a broadsword and he still fucks dudes up in melee, like absolutely. And at the same time, like Rothgar, I'm eventually going to get him some ranged weapons. Get him some javelins or a throwing axe, something like that, so that's fitting. In his quick slots, I can give Kneebutt some throwing knives or whatnot, which are pretty cool. You can throw like multiple per turn, without reloading, and I wouldn't be at all opposed to having Kite with a crossbow. So depending on the situation, you may want range attacks for all your characters. Even a mage, they have touch attacks for some of their spells. So some of their spells are ranged and some of them are melee range. So don't completely neglect your range. It's more realistic like that. Okay. So, and I have one more roll. A 2. A mundane treasure. So I get 2 of the mundane treasure cards. I get to pick one. Coins, 3 times D20 or 1D20. Well, I think we're going to go with the 3. 5. 16, so that's 21. 22. Definitely not the best rolls. but that's all right. So I ended up with 42 coins, 400 experience, and 4 silver bolts. Not the greatest, but hey, it is what it is. I believe that's a total of almost 1,200 experience. So that should be, yep, that is enough. That kite will level up to level 2 after this. And I'm about 900 away. I would say 900 points away from Alsace, Rothgar, and Neba actually leveling up to 3. And 1,500 away from Kite leveling up to 3. I take that back. Kite's 1,500 behind them, so he's 2,000 away. Okay, so as long as this is not Warrior Monster, we're good. 15, okay, fine. Threat level back up to 6. First thing we're going to do, move Alsace up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to rest. So we will take a ration off of Rothgar, goes down to 6. Everybody gets 1d6 plus 3 points of healing. So that's 7 for Rothgar. So he's going to go from 14 to 21. You can also rearrange all your equipment. Then Kite, 3 plus 3, so 6. That's going to heal him from 7 to 12. Full health. Alsace is already at full health. Nebut, 2 plus 5, so that goes from 5 to 10. Out of his max of 12, so he's no longer wounded. And then energy. Rothgar's at full. Kite heals, restores 1 point of energy. Alsace does not, and Nebut does not. So Rothgar has 2 points of energy. Kite has 1. The other 2 have 0. I also have to roll for an ambush, I believe. Oh, and I've got to roll the 2 remaining poison points. It's a fail, and that's a pass. So he would have taken 1 more point of damage, but I just healed it, so I'm just not going to worry about it. So his poison is now gone. It would not have mattered had I done that earlier. The math works out the same. Okay, so I have already rolled for encounters for this room. If you remember, this is where the Minotaur spawned. These 2 rooms have been searched. This one has not. This one has not. This adventure has. These 2 have not. So, oh, I got to roll for the ambush. I believe this is my first rest. It might be my second. So I'll just claim it as a second. It's all right. The observant thing lowers the ambush chance anyway. So my ambush is still a 15%. Yeah, no ambush. So I'm good. All right. And we get an 8. So threat was a 6. Goes up to 7. All right. New turn. Okay, cool. So Alsace is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nebut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, one other thing I wanted to do just while we were in camp was have Alsace refill his quiver from his backpack. So he has moved 10 arrows from his backpack because he was out, and he has refilled his quiver. I don't believe there was anything else I needed to do when it came to that. All right, The threat roll, 17. So we go up to an 8. Oh, it actually does go up to a 9 because I won the battle. That's correct. I forgot about that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. And boom. And that ends that turn. Threat die. 5. That triggers the threat roll. Okay. 5. 1. That's a wandering monster. Now, it's still got to catch up to me. So it's going to be a little bit. I'm not super worried about it. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. He's actually going to go 5, 6. I forgot about that. And then we're going to search. So, what do we have? 61 and plus 10 from Kite. So I have a 71 perception. I could also equip a torch if I wanted to. But he has to two-hand that short sword. So that's why I haven't been doing that. 55, that's a pass on the perception score. So now I roll on the room. It's a quarter. So 17, that's a good roll. So 17 plus 10 is a 27. Found a mundane treasure. So I get to pull 2 of these babies out. Arrows, 10 arrows, or throwing javelins. These javelins look like they can skewer a boar. 1d10 damage. 6 encumbrance. I'm taking the 10 arrows. And we're just going to pretend he's tossing those to Alsace. Well, he's not in the room, so I guess I'll have to wait. It says you're allowed to... Yeah, no, you're allowed to toss them. So they tosses them to Rothgar, who tosses them to Alsace. Okay. And that ends that turn. So, the wandering monster goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And he doesn't appear until he's within 10 squares of my party. Oh, and when I rolled that, there was a -5 to the threat level. So that would drop to a 4. Oh. And we rolled 17. So it goes up to a 5. And I get another turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to search that body. Now, first thing we got to do, dead adventure. It's part of the quest. All right, red card. The heroes carefully examine the fall adventure, but cannot find anything that matches the old man's description. Either someone else has snatched it from your heroes, or this is not the poor soul they are seeking. So that's not him, but I still get to roll on the dead adventurer table, which is here. Wow. I didn't get to hold my page. That's okay. So that's a D10. There it is. 9. That's not good. Nothing. Then we get Rothgar. 1, 2, 3. 4. He's gonna move there. So if I move into any of these 4, the next room spawns. I forgot about that. I'm just gonna end my turn. Like that. Alright, and then we roll the monster, see what he does. He continues forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we roll for the new turn. 10. Threat level goes up to a 6. And Kneebutt will search this room with the assistance of Rothgar. So he gets a plus 10, 71, 14, and then a 38 on the table is a mundane treasure. Bandages or a lantern? Definitely gonna take the linen bandages. So this is a better torch. So lantern will give the hero and the party plus 5 resolve, and the hero carrying it plus 10 perception. Then scenario roll. What's a scenario roll? Of 10? Is that talking the threat die? Maybe? Maybe once per turn I roll a die to see if it goes out. And there's a 10% chance of dropping to half and then a 10% chance of going out. I mean, that sounds pretty cool, but these bandages are higher level. They are, instead of 1d4, they are 1d8. So I'm definitely taking the bandages. And I get 2 of them. Very cool. And those are going to Kite. He will equip them in exchange for his... Oh, I guess he can only put 1. Yeah, so he's going to move a regular bandage to the back. Well, no, I actually have to look that up on the chart. No. See how many you can have on him. I think you can have up to 3 in a quick slot. Coats, armor, saddlebags, rations, bandages, linen. Yep, he can have 3 in a quick slot. Okay, and he'll 1d8. So, linen, bandages, 1d8, and 2. And then he moved an additional bandage to his backpack. And that added an additional 2 weight. So that should bump him up to 40. Okay. I don't technically need these anymore. Installation card should be over here. So this room has been searched, everything except for that second corpse. All right, so that ends that turn. So we roll to see what the wandering monster does. It's a 2, so it moves forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to roll the threat die. 13 is above 6, so we go to 7. And new turn. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that causes the new room to spawn. Oh. Mining hall. Parts of the roof have collapsed in this chamber, and from the look of it, more cave-ins cannot be ruled out. Better hurry, though. A scenario dice roll of 5. While there is a hero on this tile, will cause another cave-in. Randomize one square that is hit, causing 1d10 damage. Subtracting the defense of any hit armor. Oh. The set of boxes can be searched. I think they mean barrels. Okay. That hurt. We roll an encounter die, 50% chance. I mean, that's definitely an encounter. So we roll an encounter. 12. 12 is a 22. Oh boy. Oh, okay. 1d6 Ratkin soldiers. 2. Ratkin soldier with short swords and shields. I'm really not sure what a scenario die is, because as far as I know, the only time you roll a scenario die is when there isn't anything in the room. You roll a scenario die to see if you have a dungeon event. Unless it's called out somewhere else. I don't know. Alright, so I get 2 of those guys, and then I get 1d4 Ratkin Elites. 2. So that's that tough guy we had last time. I think I had one of him set up. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, my throat's so messed up, guys. It's not fun for me either, believe me. Okay. So 2 of those guys. And they have javelins and shields. Oh, and there's also armor. I forgot about javelin. They're not throwing javelins. Okay, they're more like spears. Okay, that's interesting. And then a Ratkin pack leader. So this is... I actually got lucky because, I mean, that could have been double the amount of these guys. And that wasn't even that high of a roll, 22 out of 30. 30 would have been the worst roll. So let's see what these... Let's get all the stuff out and then we'll go through it. Okay, pack leader. And he also has javelin and shield. Right? Yeah. And then he has 2 armor and the other 2 each have 1. My little armor cards. Okay. So what that is 2 Raccoon Soldiers. They have 50 combat skill, 35 ranged, 30 resolve, minus 10 to hit, 1 natural armor, 6 movement. And if more than half are killed, they flee. But they are also equipped with an additional point of armor, a shield, and a short sword. It's 1d6 plus 2. Those aren't too bad. Raccoon Elites, though. Oh, and they have 9 hit points. Raccoon Elites have 60 combat skill, 50 ranged, 45 resolve, minus 10 to hit, 1 natural armor, and 6 movement. 16 hit points with an additional shield, armor, and javelin, which does a d10, and it has the ability reach. It may attack from 1 square away, even if there are friendly models in between. So it's got an effective range of 2. Built for offense, so it makes it a little easier to hit. Basically cancels out the shield. And it has armor piercing, ignoring 1 point of armor. And then the pack leader has a 65 combat skill, 50 ranged, 45 resolve, minus 10 to hit, 1 natural armor, 7 movement. And leader of the pack, as long as the pack leader is alive, all Raccoon get 30 resolve. So there's 5 of them. So if I kill 3, I trigger the resolve check. But I want to make sure I kill him as one of those 3, because otherwise they're all going to pass. Yeah. They don't actually give a ton of experience each. And then he also has a javelin, shield, and 2 armor. So it ends up with 3 natural armor. All right. So this is a 6x6 room. We'll start with the pack leader. Red on top, green on the side. 4-1. And then the Raccoon Elite, 4-3. I gotta re-roll that, I believe. Can't start on the boulder. 1-5. 2-3. 1-5. Reroll. 4-1. Reroll. 2-2. 3-2. It's actually about right as far as formations go. Kind of how you want that to look. All right. Roll the... Oh, and then the Wander Monster is going to move forward 4. Oh, well, I got to roll 5, yeah. So then it moves forward 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to get sandwiched. All right. 12 on the threat die. That brings us up to an 8. And I need 5 and 4. Same as last time. These actually have little stickers on them. I just haven't pulled them off. I don't know why. Okay. These do 2 actually. Shiny. Okay. I'm going to beat this dungeon today. I swear. Might take me a while. Alright. First, we're going to go Rothgar. Yeah, he gets to move. So he's just going to charge right in, I think. There we go. Yeah. So he's just going to charge that closest rat. 1, 2, charge, and strike. Big. He's just coming in with that battle axe, trying to get a death blow. So 63 plus 20 from the charge, minus 15 from the armor, so that's 83, 78, 68, 91, that's a miss. But it puts him where he needs to be. All right. We're going to move Kite back here. 2 spots, and then he's going to attack this guy in the corner. It's not a charge, so he hits on a minus 15, 42. So he misses. But I wanna prevent some of that damage, whatnot. All right. Wow, 3 in a row. So we're gonna take knee butt. He's gonna equip his sling, and 1, 2, 3. He'll actually stay there. Wow. And then Alsace is going to move 1, 2. And then he's going to shoot. He gets minus 20 plus a minus 15. Is that right? Yeah. So minus 35 to hit out of his 70. So he hits on a 35. No. It costs an arrow. And then it's just the rat's turn. So there's 5 of them. 1, that's going to be the pack leader. He's going to move forward and charge Rothgar. Because he can. And he has a javelin. And he hits on a 65. Oh, he was actually in range. He doesn't even need to charge. So I should just roll in that case. So 1. He actually, okay. So he actually attacks first. No charge. So he hits on a 65. He hits. D10. Well, 9. Oh, okay. Rothgar's going to attempt to dodge. His dodge is a 45. He fails his dodge. And then he hits for 9 in the leg. Not good. So Rothgar absorbs 4 of that damage, and he takes 5 damage, going from 21 to 16. And then the pack leader goes into parry stance. Wild. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. He rolls a 9. Snare attack. 52 is a miss. 22 is a hit against Kite. In the chest, Kite's going to attempt to dodge. 55. He successfully dodges. And it's his turn. And then 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, so it's this guy. He's already in range. He will 6 attack or power attack. Interesting. I'm going to charts different. So he's going to power attack Rothgar. He hits on a 70. 51, that's a hit. And it's 1d6, 2 plus 2, so 4 damage. That gets negated by just about, yeah, that gets negated by everything. So that's fine. So he does his power attack. It's like he grabs his, so he basically drops his shield, grabs his short sword, swings as hard as he can. He hits Rothgar in the leg, and Rothgar just shakes it off. like it's nothing. All right, so we just got these two elites back here. We're going to go with this back one. He's going to come charge. Kite. So he's going to hit on a 80. So that's a hit. And he does 1d10. Well, I get to parry first, I suppose. Yep, that's a parry. And he still does 1d10. So 2 damage, which is easily blocked by the shield. Sweet. And then we get this last guy, who's technically in melee range. I don't know if he can attack diagonally with a spear, or only directionally. They attack from... I think it's 1 square away, even if there's maul in between. So that's technically... By movement, it's 1. I don't know. I'll say it. I'll say it can move to both. Why not? Okay. So he's attacking Kite. And he's going to do a regular attack, right? 4. Yep, same attack. 49 is a hit. In the chest. For 3 damage, which is blocked by his studded. So he does manage to stab Kite in the chest, but his leather jerkin, studded leather tunic absorbs the hit. He then attacks Rothgar. 48, that's a hit as well. In the head for 6 damage. Rothgar cannot parry that. Oh no, he can. He can parry. So his parry is minus 20, so 43. So he fails the parry. And it hit him in the head? I forget what. Chest, I guess. 6. It was 6 damage. So he fails the parry, hits him in the chest or the head. I'll say the head. Which has an armor 4 plus natural armor 1, so he takes 1 damage and loses 1 point of sanity. So he drops from 16 to 15. He does take a hit to the head, so sanity drops by 1. Does a morale drop for a head hit? No. Okay. And that's the turn. I know I'm like halfway using the tokens. I don't need them if I'm not switching between teams. Is kind of how I feel about it. So if I know I got this whole team, I can kind of just piece that together. If I'm going back and forth and there's a lot of action happening, then it's a little harder. All right, so scenario die. 18 brings the threat level up to 9. All right. Black. And we have 5 enemies. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy over here, he's already in melee range. So he's going to 3. Standard attack. So he hits on a 50 on Rothgar. 71, that's a miss. He's going to standard attack again. Oh, no, wait. I rolled twice. I'm sorry. 4. So that is another standard attack. That's a crit. That's a hit. All right. Rothgar can attempt to parry because it's a new turn. So he parries on a 43. Successfully parries. It was going to do 7 damage to the head. Well, it doesn't matter. So 7 damage, gets parried and absorbed. Does 1 damage to the shield. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay. I read that one. So he takes 1 point of durability damage to the shield and absorbs that 7 damage blow. So the only one, I know one thing I may not be keeping track of very well, is you can only dodge once per battle, which I don't love. But I understand it mechanically. And you can parry once per turn. So technically that was Hrothgar's parry for his turn. So he shouldn't, but, so I've definitely like parried more often, I think, than I should have been able to. Because to me, it's like you should be able to parry every time you get attacked. A little bit, but there are abilities that allow you to parry multiple times and dodge multiple times. All right. And what's annoying is that guy had a power attack, so it would have been, he would have been easy to kill. He would have lost his minus 15 to hit. So that's unfortunate because I would have going to target him. All right, so we're going to start with Hrothgar, who skips his turn. Not great timing. Wanted him to go in a frenzy. All right, so we get Kite next. Kite is going to attack this Bracken Elite that's right in front of him. So he gets a minus 15 to hit. Or, I'm sorry, minus 10 to hit. It's the javelin. And so he will hit on a 47. 43. Cool. That's a hit. So it's a d6 plus 1. 2 damage, which just gets absorbed by his armor. So nothing. That's unfortunate. I will then go into parry stance. So the main point, he can't really do any damage yet. If I can get him up to level 2, level 3, he's going to be a powerhouse. But right now, he's really there just to like stand there and dodge and block. And Alsace and Hrothgar are my real damage dealers. Okay. All right, speaking of Alsace, so he's in the middle there. He is going to aim and shoot. He may be unloaded, but I didn't put a token there. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he moved and shot. Right? In which case he reloads and shoots. So he's going to aim at this one right here. That is a minus 10, minus 20. I forget. Where's the pencil? Yeah, it's minus 20. And then another 15. So minus 35. Man, that's rough. So he hits on a 35. And he doesn't have any energy to use any abilities or anything to get that up. Yeah. But, 005. Awesome. Awesome. That allows me to raise his range skill up. So I'm right. Yep. He does not yet have that. So his range skill is now 71. That is killer. So, that is awesome. And that is obviously a Bloodlust hit. So 4 in the thing. 9. Okay. So we're going to take 9 with a +1 armor piercing. And this was on the Raccoon Soldier. It was 9 hit points. But he has 2 armor. So he gets reduced to 1 hit point. So that's 8 damage. Severely wounding. dude right there. All right, so that was reload and shoot. So that's his turn. And he's now unloaded. Again. All right, we're going to have Nebutt aim and shoot from his current position. So he's going to go through Alsace and Rothgar and try to hit this one that's already been... no, he's going to try to hit this guy. Because that's too close to Kite, I think. But Nebutt and Rothgar, and he's going to try to hit this guy. So that's a minus 20. But only minus 10 because he's going to aim first. And then this guy's got a minus 15. So minus 25 on his 62. So 57, 37, 96. So he misses and is unloaded. And that's Significant's turn. Okay. They're going to all be black. So everybody's gone except for that one dude. So it's a D4. So it's going to be the pack leader first. And he rolls a parry stance. So he's going to attack Rothgar. 37 is a hit with D10. That's 3 damage to the head, which gets absorbed. And then he goes into a parry stance again. So same thing. All right. And now one is going to be this guy here. He's going to attack Kite. Well, let's see what he does. 6. Power attack. He's going to power attack Kite. So that is a 70 he will hit on. 74, he does a power attack and misses. I need a power attack token. That's good news. Okay. And so these two are left. It's going to be the wounded one. He is going to 10, that is attack. He will attack Kite and miss. So then it's this final guy, and he will attack Rothgar for 18. That's a hit for 2 damage, so that just gets absorbed. And then he will attack Rothgar again and miss. And that's that turn. And the one-in monster moves for 1. Well, I gotta roll, actually. So in the case of a 1, the one-in monster basically moves backwards, I believe. But I don't think it moves backwards the full amount. No, it does. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So it moves back. Now, even if it gets within 10 squares, it still needs line of sight. So it needs to get into this room for it to spawn. So that's good. Gives me time to finish these guys off. D20. 11. So the threat goes from 9 to 10. Black. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He is going to parry stance. So he's going to attack Rothgar and hit with his javelin. Oh, no. He has a short sword. So he hits for 7 in the chest. Rothgar will attempt to parry. That's a reroll. He successfully parries 007. So he parries for 7 damage and then fully absorbs it. Shield takes 1 point of durability damage. Need to get him a better shield. But they are cheap. And that ends his turn. Another black. One, 2. So that's going to be this guy. Oh, man. I was hoping I'd get Rothgar. Let him swing on him with his frenzy. Since he already uses power attack. So he will 3 standard attack. He can actually attack since he has no, he can't attack through my guys. So he will attack Rothgar and hit 001 for 4 damage, which gets negated. I'm not even going to look at that. And then he will attack Rothgar again and miss. Okay, wait, yes. Rothgar. Yeah. All right, we're going to activate Frenzy. He's going to go from 2 energy to 1. That gives him +1 armor piercing and allows him to attack twice if he hits. So he he's actually going to attack this guy, the elite, because he's actually a little bit easier to hit due to the javelin, canceling out the shield. So it's just a -10. So he will hit on a 53. And he misses. So that's his first action point. He'll attempt to hit him again, though. And that's a 14. That's a hit. Sweet. So on his second action, he does hit. And he's going to hit for 3 damage, which only does 1 point of damage. Wow. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But with his free attack, he will hit the same guy again. And 53, I believe, is a hit. Yeah, because it's, yeah, that's a hit. So D10. Oh, a 1 and then a 2. Come on. So that's 4 damage. Oh, the first was 3. I forgot they had armor piercing. So the first actually did, because I have 2 points of armor piercing. 1 from the axe and 1 from frenzy. So he has 2 points of armor. So he actually did take 3 and then 4 damage. So that is a total of 7. That makes me feel a little bit better. And he will be frenzied for the next turn. No, 7 damage is 2 points shy of wounding him. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, we get the pack leader. Pack leader will power attack. So he will power attack Rothgar. 40. See, that's the thing. Do I keep that? It's a miss. I'm going to keep it. I touched the side and it fell before I could pick it up. So I'm going to keep it. That's a miss on his power attack. I don't feel great about it. All right. Kite. Kite's going to go and he's going to attempt to kill this one right, this little rat king soldier in front of him. So he hits on a 57, and this guy's got a -15, so 42. So he misses. I will go back into parry stance. Because Kite's only got 12 hit points. That's going to end his turn. All right. Alsace. Unload. Reload. Sorry. And shoot. This guy... No, he power attacked, yeah. He's going to move over one. That's going to be his reload. And then he's going to attempt to shoot this guy. This elite. The elite's going to get a -10 to hit. And then he gets -20 from shooting through his buddies. So he's going to hit on a 41. Ooh, definitely not. All right. That's okay. So we got 2 guys left. It's going to be the one in the back, and he is going to power attack Rothgar. 85 is a miss. Let's see. And it's going to be Kneebutt next. So Kneebutt is unloaded. He's going to move forward 1, which reloads, and then he's going to attempt to shoot this wounded one here. He needs a range skill of 62, -20, minus, what is that, 15? So 57, 27? Let me do that math again, because that's close. He had a -35. Do wounded enemies still get their -2 hit? Let me double... That's actually a good question. Why does it not have... There's no... Being wounded is one of the worst stat effects in the game. Look in the rear reading. I probably should have looked at this a lot sooner, but I have a suspicion that when you're wounded, you don't just lose 1 AP, you also lose your 2 hit bonus. Makes sense to me. When the character wouldn't be able to dodge as well, fight as well. But well, the wound token just says 1 AP, so I guess we'll leave it at that. So -20 for shooting through my 2 guys, and then he's got a -10 with the shield, so that's another -15. So -15, -35. That would make that a 66, and I have a 62. Yep. So he misses. And then this little guy is the last guy left, who is wounded, so he can only parry or attack. He's going to attack. He's going to attack Kite, and he's going to hit with a short sword. Kite is going to attempt to parry, which he easily does with a 10. It was going to do 3 damage, and Kite easily parries, taking nothing. All right, and that ends that round. We'll roll for the Wandering Monster. 2. No, so it goes forward again. And let's pick up all the tokens. Not too shabby. I'm making it through. All right. Roll the scenario die. 3. That is definitely a trigger. We're at a 10. So now I roll a d10. 4. Healing. 1 wounded enemy on the table. The one with the highest XP level or random will heal 1d10 hit points. Alright, so there's only 2 that are wounded. The Raccoon Elite heals. He had taken 7, and he heals 1d10. 3. So he heals 3 hit points. The Raccoon Elite. And threat level goes down from 10 to 7. All right. I'm starting to get back in the hang of it. Sweet. We're going to go with Rothgar. He is still frenzied. And he is going to attempt to hit this Raccoon Elite, the one who just healed. So Raccoon Elite gets a minus 10 off of his 63. He hits on a 53. 96. That's a miss. All right. So he's going to... He's going to activate his special ability. Deadly Strike, to give him plus 25 combat skill. It's going to bring him to 0 energy. Maybe this isn't the smartest move, because I could have used Frenzy again. But I want this hit. I need to do some damage. Oh my god, a 95. And he still misses. Anything in the 90s is always a miss. So that was not the best move. Yeah. No 4 hits. That was a really bad Frenzy. He's been almost useless, actually, this whole combat. Alright, enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this guy back here. 4 is standard attack. He's going to standard attack Rothgar. 84 is a miss. He's just going to standard attack Rothgar again. Actually, I'm supposed to roll. 005. So that's a hit unless he goes into parry, which he does not. So he hits Rothgar for 2 damage, which gets negated. And that removes his power attack. D4, 1, 2. So it's going to be this guy. Standard attack on Kite. Miss. And then standard attack on Kite. Miss. So he swings twice wildly, missing his target. All right, we're going to go with Kite here. He's going to attempt to hit that Raccoon Elite once again. He gets minus 10 to his 57. Hits on a 47. 007. Nice. Okay, so that's a clear hit. 6 plus 1, so 7 damage. So that's... He needles his rapier, in between the slots on his armor. Hits him for 7 damage, which gets reduced by 2. So 5 damage to the Raccoon Elite, which already had 4, so that makes 9, and that does wound him. Very nice. He still has another turn. I want to attack again or parry again? I think I'm going to attack. I'm going to try to attack. Press the advantage. I'm going to attack the same dude, Raccoon Elite. 51. I needed a 47. So that's a miss. All right, we're going to go with Alsace here. He is going to reload, and then he is going to shoot at that Ratkin Elite. He's got a minus 30 to his roll. So he will hit on a 41. 57, that's a miss. And he loses an arrow. So, I mean, I'm just not doing much. Nebut, he's going to sit there, he's going to reload, and he's going to shoot his sling with a minus 35. So he hits on a 27. 35, he misses. So same thing. And now all the enemies good to go. There are 3 remaining. 2, that is going to be the pack leader. 4 is standard attack. So he's going to standard attack Rothgar. That is a hit for 6 damage to the chest. Rothgar is going to attempt to parry. He parries with a 43. He does not. So that was, what, 6 damage to the head? Or 6 damage to the... I forget. Was that to the head? Again? We'll say to the head. So, head absorbs 4 damage, natural armor absorbs 1. He takes 1 damage, loses 1 more point of sanity, and he drops from 15 to 14. And then he gets a second action, 8, which is a special skill, which he doesn't have, so he does regular attack again. 67 is a miss. And now it's these two. It's going to be the first one. He gets 1 action. He does a standard attack against Rothgar. 27, that's a hit for 6 damage to the arm.